Guys, so I'm so privileged to be in South Africa right now. I've had a chance to attend the managers meeting, and it's amazing. Like, people are so fired up, and I'm so very inspired, I've met so many people, and right now I am with the amazing Thobeka, that I'm so very blessed to have met her about 3 years back and introduced her to Tanzania. And she's been in business for about 6 years right now. And when she was on her fifth year, she happened to be number 4 in the world. Imagine being number 4 in just 5 years of being in the business. Like, imagine she just joined just like you, signed in the actually, she was called for a meeting. I don't know if that is how it happened. And she met someone on Facebook, and then she was like, I want that. The business presentation was done to her. She was like, I want that. And
I didn't
5 years,
I didn't want it. I was forced. It was forced.
forcing her. And then 5 years down the line, she's number 4 in the world. She's top, one of the top leader in South Africa and the forever world. And I'm just so privileged. And so I'm gonna have a privilege, I call it, as I always call it, to be working hand in hand with her, and she has got something to say. So yeah.
Hi guys, how are you? We are very excited to have your leader with us. Thank you so much for giving her to us. We really love her.
I'm honored.
We are going to work together very closely, and obviously whatever that we're going to be doing together, she'll be sharing it with you, and I hope and pray that you guys will duplicate what we're going to be teaching you. We've always said Tanzania meets South Africa. We've always said that we want to work together. Maybe this is the time we should do that now.
Yeah.
So whatever that you're doing now, please don't slow down. If you're not pushing for any incentives, but still push and prepare yourself for the following year, which is 2020. Your leader normally says, if you close on high, you will open on high, and that's So I learned that from him, and I apply that in my business. I think if you hear it from someone different, it might sound different, but I'm also saying what you always say: please close your 2019 on high so that you can open your 2018 on the same rate.
In 2020.
Okay. Sorry, your 2020 on the same rate. If they are running late, I'm also gonna be late. Bye. So if you don't close your 2019 on high, rest assured your 2020 will be the hardest year ever. And I always say to my leaders that if you fall, I understand we've all been through stuff in our businesses. We've all experienced the dip. But if you fall, don't fall on your stomach. Don't fall flat. Try and fall on your knees and balance, so that when it's time to get back up, it becomes easy for you to climb back up. Unlike falling flat on your stomach is very nice and comfortable. It's enjoyable. It's easy because you just lie flat. But getting yourself up from being that flat won't be as easy as falling. So try and not fall flat on your stomach and fall on your knees, so that you can climb back up. And climbing back up and falling on your knees means you're going to close your 2019 on high. Regardless of what you're pushing for, whether you're pushing for incentives or not, you need to make sure that you close your year on high. If you still want to be in the business, you need to do this for yourself. Otherwise, if nothing happens this year, I promise you next year you will give up. Because it will be very difficult to come back and be part of the game again. So hopefully we'll have a great working relationship with Veronica, and I really hope that it will also make a difference in your businesses in Tanzania, because guys, I really care about your business. I love your leaders love me. So if we work together, let's just get Africa back on the map and do this. Love you all.
And on the managers that are going for ego manager, and let's say like we're 6 months away, like what can you tell them?
Well, they just have to push. They can't stop. You can't slow down because it's December. I know a lot of people are already on the festive mode. It doesn't work when you're pushing for incentives. And again, it was mentioned that if you don't push now, and try and be as far as you can by now, January and February will be the hardest months of the year. We know that. You know, January people are still recovering from the holidays, buying school uniform, doing this, doing that. So there's no money. February we're starting to recover, but we're not recovered, you know, fully. The business only starts coming back again in March, and already you will only have March and April to close your ego.
Yeah.
So just minus 2 months from your qualification. Right now we're on 6 months. Just tell yourself, not even 6 months. We're almost closing our 6th month in December.
Yeah.
So just minus January and February, and think of those months as non-existent. Because if you think of them as being there, you're not going to push.
Yeah.
You know. So whatever that you're telling yourself you're going to do in January, Feb, do it now. Because I promise you, it will be very, very hard to cover. You might find yourself doing wrong things just because you want to qualify. So to avoid that, make sure that you push as hard as you can now in these 2 remaining months, so that when we come in 2020, you don't have much to do. And maybe you just need to focus on your downlines. You know, in 2020, if you're a senior manager or a soaring manager, do your part now, finish now. And I always tell my team that it's always easier to raise your supervisors the current year. Do not leave your supervisors until late. Don't leave your supervisors until the end of April because you feel it's not easy.
Yeah.
Raising a supervisor is not an easy task. You need to do it now within the current year, and that gives you 50 CCs anyway on your new CCs.
Yeah.
So with the Eagle incentive, try and raise your supervisors current year, because a lot of people always say, I'll raise supervisors next year. I've got January to April. It's not easy.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, just make sure both your supervisors are done
Yeah.
current year.
Yeah.
So Eagle, and Eagle will put you back on the map. Eagle will bring back your business. I mean, you know that Eagle is meant for us to have strong foundation in our businesses. And if you don't qualify for Eagle, you'll still struggle next year.
Yeah.
So try and push as hard as you can. Rather say I did my best than saying I gave up. You know? So let's push, guys. Let's all do it. We're doing it for the country. We're doing it for Africa. We're not doing it for ourselves. We want to remain, you know, on the mapping forever. We don't want to be taken out of any incentives as a country or as Africa. You know, we owe it to ourselves to make sure that we build this for the next generations to come. So please, let's work together on this one. Let's push. Let's just get to Eagle. If you're not going to qualify for Chairman's bonus, then do Eagle.
Yeah.
You know, anyway, it's the next incentive that you need to work for after manager level. So let's just make sure that whatever that needs to be done, we do the most this year.
Yeah.
And then we're just closing, you know, between January and then April. But we don't need to be under pressure again when we're closing, because we know that the first 2 months of the year are the hardest months of the year.
Yeah.
My husband always say that we have 10 months, actually 9 months, when pushing for incentives, because January and Feb are out, December is out. So tell yourself that you've got 9 months to push incentives and just do it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
One last thing for the non-managers, the way you're saying about thinking with our stomachs than thinking with our minds. Like people like just, you know, 4 CCs, that's it, and you're like happy. You know, like that is more of retailing, which is good, but you can't really move with one, you know, like you can't just really move with retailing. You have to do sponsoring and all that, build a team and aim for manager and beyond.
When we join the business, we are inspired by certain people, you know. I mean, when I started my business, well, I didn't know anyone who has made it, but when I was in the business, I could learn that, there's people that have achieved stuff in this business. So most of you have a privilege of seeing people's success before you even join the company. So you joined because you wanted somebody's success. You joined because you saw Veronica was successful. You joined because you saw Enos being successful. So come in and do what they did to be where they are. Don't come in and want to reinvent the wheel or do things the way you think it is correct for you. Because you will do things your own way, but you will not achieve the results that they've achieved. And you're going to start blaming the system or blaming their leadership. So let's try and not think with our stomachs. When you think with your stomach, you don't go an extra mile, because you're only thinking about the next plate of food that you're going to get next month. You're thinking about an extra 500 Rand that you need to add on your income next month, and that's not going to work. You need to stop thinking thinking with your stomach and start thinking with your head. You are
Yeah.
in business, not unless you're just a retailer.
Yeah.
This message is not for people who are here to retail. This message is for network marketers.
Yeah.
If you're a network marketer, you need to practice thinking with your head and not with your stomach.
Yeah.
Okay, even if you go hungry for the next 2-3 months, but you know it's gonna be worth it at the end
Yeah.
of the day.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're thinking of the next meal
Yeah.
next month, your effort will be limited because you're only thinking of an extra 500 rand, and you only work for an extra 500 rand.
Yeah.
Your business will never grow.
Yeah.
You'll never achieve success in forever.
Yeah.
You will never achieve the incentives that you see other people achieving because you're only here for your stomach. You're not here to build a business.
Yeah.
So stop thinking with your stomach how hungry you are right now. Think with your head so that you can have food for days and years and decades to come.
Yeah.
You know, if you're thinking with your stomach, you only have food for 1 month, and again next month you think about your food, and the next month you think about how much I need more extra, and the next month you think about how much extra,
And
until the
it's
year is
actually
over.
it gets harder.
Yeah,
actually,
until
because
the
you
year
think-
is over,
Yeah.
and all you were thinking about is the next plate that you're gonna put on, you put
Yeah.
on food on your table. If you think, do the business with your head, you will achieve
duplication and
you will
what it
achieve a
means
lot of
by network
things,
marketing
yes, and your
all,
results
like
will be long
yeah.
term, guys. Let's stop thinking about how hungry we are right now. Yes, we are hungry, we agree, but if you do the work and prepare for the next 5 years to come,
Yeah.
you know, I think that's better than thinking about the next 2-3 months to come. So
Yeah.
let's start doing the business. Let's not do the business for now. Let's do the business for the next 5, 10, 15 years to come, because
Yeah.
we have that privilege in forever.
Yeah.
You know, so let's not limit ourselves. They always say in forever specifically there are no limits, but we
Yeah.
love limiting ourselves. We love doing I'm not going to say we love. Okay, yeah, as I was saying, we must try and we must practice thinking with our heads. We need to understand this is a business like any other business, and decisions that you make for a traditional business are not different from the decisions that we make for our forever businesses. A lot of people will come in and think in forever there'll be miracles. There won't be miracles. It's like starting a tuck shop.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have a tuck shop that will only open when you've got customers. Your tuck shop must remain open. Whether there's customers or not, all you have to do is go out there and do the marketing yourself. That's all on your shoulders. It's your responsibility to go out there and get the customers to come and support
Yeah.
or buy from your tuck shop. And you cannot only say I'm gonna go out and order a loaf of bread when someone is coming to buy. It's the same thing. You cannot sit without stock and say I'm only gonna buy when people are ordering. Then you don't have a mentality of a business owner. You have a mentality of not even a retailer. I don't know what to call you if you do that. You know, your shop must always be open. If you are in forever, you must always show up, whether you feel like or not. You must always be there. Show up for your business every single day.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say to you guys. Let us treat our business, our forever business, as a business, because it is a business. And the
Yeah.
truth is, forever pays us a lot of money
Yeah.
compared to any other, business that I know, whether it's traditional, whether it's network marketing, whether it's your own business on the side, but forever pays more than, any other business that I know, and we need to treat it with respect that it deserves.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, we are making a lot of money in forever, and if you want to experience that, you need to do exactly what your leaders are showing you, because they've been there. Don't only be interested in the results, be interested in the how as well. Be interested in what happened behind the scenes for them to get to where they are.
Yeah.
Because most people will only want to marry the result and divorce the process.
Yeah.
Let's do it the other way around.
Yeah.
Marry the process and divorce the results, and the results will come anyway.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys, you'll push and close your 2019 on high, and we all hope for the best.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.